Welcome to the hottest episode of Umami. If there's something that generates as many discussions in this world as football, it might be spiciness. Some like it, some hate it, some fear eating it might kill them. There are also those who can't live without adding spice to their food. Like me, essentially. But our knowledge about its science, history, and uses is scarce. Why does spicy food make us feel a certain way? Are all spicy foods consumed? Can spicy food be lethal? In this spicy video, I'll address all your queries. Who wrote this script? What is spicy food? And if we're going to talk about spicy, I came to Mr. Ho because here I can try Korean spicy. Now I'm eating some tteokbokkis with noodles that they made, especially for me. They don't serve it like this, but the girl came and told me this is for you. And also what the girl told me is that Korean spicy has a taste unlike other spices. For example, there's jalapeno, which might be spicy but doesn't have much taste. Well, Korean spicy has more taste. When we talk about the taste of spicy or the taste of spicy, we're not really talking about a taste or a flavor, but we're talking about a reaction. This is generated when certain chemicals from spicy foods come into contact with our palate. And no kidding, I'm going to speak in Argentine, stay calm. This is how sensory neurons called polymodal nociceptors are activated. We can find these receptors in various parts of the body, especially in the mouth and nose. Yes, that's the answer to why your nose runs when you eat spicy food. The moment our tongue comes into contact with the spicy, we feel as if we were in contact with fire. So these neurons alert the brain to let it know that we are in danger. While this brings out all its heavy artillery to defend the body. And how is this defense? Imagine we are in a building and it catches fire. The first thing we are going to do is go look for the fire extinguishers. The same thing happens in our body. The brain gives the order for us to start sweating, tearing up, and for that little liquid to come out of our nose, which isn't quite snot.
This can be considered a fight or flight response, which is a normal body reaction when it feels in danger.
So yes, it's what you're thinking. The spiciness in your body acts like a kind of fire drill. But not all spicy foods cause the same reaction in us. Their difference lies in the composition of each spice. Everyone agrees that the spiciness is generated by two components, capsaicin and piperine. Both create this feeling, but differently. To differentiate them, the things that are less spicy have these smaller particles that last less in the mouth. Spicier ones have larger particles and linger longer in the mouth. The smaller particles from the first group are more likely to go directly into the nose, while the others linger on the palate longer. That's why some spices sting more in the nose than on the palate. Now knowing this, we ask ourselves, does spiciness cause addiction? Well, capsaicin helps the brain to generate those endorphins, so some people may get used to or enjoy that sensation. But scientifically, we cannot conclude that it generates any addiction. What is true? When people find this tolerance to spicy food, the food no longer tastes the same, and some people out of habit have to add spice. But wait, how can we know that what we're going to eat won't burn our throat? Someone has already devised an almost perfect scale to determine what to eat and its spice level. Around 1900, Wilbur Scoville performed an organoleptic test to gauge the spiciness of food. How does it function? The test is straightforward. They dissolve a bit of sugar in water until it's no longer spicy. Usually, a group of people dedicate themselves to this task, and based on the time it takes for the spiciness to dissolve, they place it on the scale. Longer duration equals more spiciness. That's how we know that, for example, a sweet chili has 0 on the scale, and 300,000, 1,200, 2,400, 855,000, 1,040,000. This number indicates that the extract was diluted 300,000 times before the capsaicin was undetectable. Something closer to what we can all consume in terms of spiciness, for example, is Tabasco sauce. It has 3,200 e 2,400 gradi Scoville on the scale. You realize more or less what we can consume in terms of spiciness. That is, if the spiciest chili in the world was recorded in October subject to human subjectivity, it can fail on some occasions. And that's what makes the Scoville scale sometimes a little inaccurate. So each spicy contains a number that can vary. For example, the ghost pepper has a number on the scale between 855,000 e 1,040,000. I have it noted here. You don't have to be so much. Which leads us to the next question. Does everyone eat spicy food? Does anyone tolerate that level of spiciness? Well, it seems like, as I'm the host of Spicy Therapy, I have to give you at least one fact in this video. Currently, the spiciest chili in the world was recorded in October 2023, and it's called Pepper X. This chili has 2,693,000 Scoville units. To give you an idea, look, this is one of the sauces we use on the show, Allergic, and it has approximately 300,000 Scoville units. So imagine that Pepper X is 10 times spicier than this. Crazy. The Pepper X, or X pepper, has a greenish yellow color, and once it starts to sting in your mouth, you start to taste a bit like earth. The Spicy X is not the spiciest on the list, of course. The quindecimillioni spot is for the resinifera toxin, a natural chemical compound produced by a plant from Morocco that is similar to a cactus. Which answers one of the questions we asked ourselves before. Does everyone eat spicy food? No, not everyone, and some can even lead to death. Or is it a myth? We're not going to talk about that yet. Hold on. In the meantime, I'm going to ask you, Do you know where the first spicy food was found? Humans have consumed peppers and other spicy condiments for oltre 6,000 anni, not in distant India, but closer than you'd imagine, as revealed by science. Evidence includes prehistoric vessels with remnants of fatty foods and a mustard-like plant. One that didn't provide any nutritional component, but did provide a nice taste. Who would have thought that washing dishes poorly would have been so useful for history, right? The first peppers are thought to have originated from the Amazon rainforest around 5,000 before Christ, and they spread to Central America, where they were found by Christopher Columbus upon his arrival in the Americas and who brought them to Spain on his return. It then went to Portuguese traders who brought it to India. Naturally, they became so popular that everyone thinks they started there. The rest, of course, is history. If you like this video, please hit like. Please subscribe, it's beneficial. 81% of viewers aren't subscribed to this channel. While there are many details that cannot be confirmed about how spice spread throughout America, it is said that birds do not feel the spice taste. They were spreading this spice all over the continent. Central America is possibly the place where it is eaten, where the most chili peppers are cultivated. Mexico is presently the biggest spice producer in Latin America, possibly the spiciest. And it ranks second globally after China. Trinidad and Tobago has the spiciest in Latin America. The Trinidad Moruga scorpion can reach up to 2,090,000 on the Scoville scale. Imagine an eighth of the fruit being pure capsaicin. The red habanero Sabina chili, originating from Mexico, has units ranging from 350 a 380,000. It's less intense than some, but still very spicy. How can I determine if the chili I'm about to consume could be extremely hot? There are a couple of things you have to keep in mind. The spiciest ones usually have streaks, especially the Serrano jalapeno or tree ones. They have small wrinkles that indicate that they are the spiciest. These wrinkles are sometimes accompanied by slightly darker spots, which also indicate that their level of capsaicin is much higher than other chilies. Likewise, seeds of a darker color also indicate that the chili is going to be spicier. And speaking of that, are the seeds the spiciest part of the chili? No, there's no spice in the seeds. What's spicy is the membrane that covers the seeds. If you take the seed, wash it, and eat it, you'll see that it's not spicy. With all this information, we always recommend that you check the chili you're going to eat. You can give it a little bite at the tip just to see and test it at the beginning, because as your Sam said, it can fail. And in case it fails and you ate a spicy one or a chili that made you rethink your entire life, don't drink water, because that doesn't calm the spice. And neither does milk. They say that milk calms the spice, but it doesn't. It momentarily relieves you a little bit. What some say is that milk also helps, so it doesn't upset your stomach. What you have to do is drink something acidic. You can drink a fruit juice, a lemonade. Bread can calm the spice. Forming it into a bowl and placing it in your mouth can significantly alleviate the heat. If you have any home remedies that you've made to calm the spice, leave them in the comments for us. In reality, numerous myths and legends surrounding spices have been passed down generations. Now, with abundant information, we can debunk them. How often are we told that spicy food is unhealthy? Or that spicy food can cause heartburn? It's time to debunk those myths. To start, does spicy food kill your taste buds? Many must have heard that spicy food kills taste buds. In reality, it doesn't. The burning sensation doesn't mean your taste buds are being destroyed. So don't worry, eating spicy food won't cause death. No, clearly you're not going to die from eating spicy food. But if you're allergic, for example, to eggplant, potato, tomato, you might be allergic to spicy food. Spicy food is actually good for health. It helps to reduce artery inflammation. It helps to improve circulation. All of this because it has vitamins A and C. In some cases, it's even recommended to reduce cardiovascular diseases. This little sauce is too much. This fact is not yet fully checked, but it can help to lose weight. Because when you start feeling this heat, your metabolism increases, and you can burn calories faster. But no, we can't replace the gym with spicy food. We already asked. And if you come with a cold due to the change of weather, capsaicin helps to relieve that cold, sinusitis, even bronchitis or asthma. Unfortunately, it's not good for everyone, as part of the myth that it can cause ulcers or digestive problems is true. Consuming too much spicy food, like anything in excess, can cause digestive problems. And if we have any stomach problems, the ideal would be not to consume it, but there are also studies that show that spicy food contributes to good digestion because it increases the secretion of hydrochloric and mucus in the stomach, in addition to also eliminating bacteria from food. And you know what? Spicy food consumers are happier due to capsaicin stimulating endorphins and improving sleep. Better sleep leads to a happier mood. If someone criticizes spicy food, refer them to this video. Undeniably, spicy food is a delightful sensation and a cultural tradition. Spicy food is starting to be eaten in places where it wasn't eaten before. The global migration of people brings parts of their culture to other countries. For instance, in Argentina, where spicy food isn't common, we're starting to eat more of it. Do you add spice to any food at home that maybe you didn't before and now you do? I add it to pasta, for example. Chili oil, fact. Tell me what dish you use it for in the comments. Thanks.